Well, I thought I'd give a quick update. I'm actually on vacation now. I'm up in Ephraim, Wisconsin, on the harbor, Eagle Harbor. And I just had my VO2 max and resting metabolic rate taken this last week at Dexafit of Madison. I recommend the experience. Did the DEXA scan and then the resting metabolic rate and the VO2 max. So basically a stress test, running yourself to exhaustion and then testing your recovery. And all in all, after the DEXA scan, I was 48 for a biological age, and after the VO2 max and resting metabolic rate, I was down to 43. So I'm 59 years old and I've got a biological age of 43, and so that was acceptable. I don't run, I don't run distance or anything. I ran the half mile back in high school, so I'm familiar with running. But haven't done a lot of it in recent past, mostly just climbing exercises, isometrics and different things like that. So I would like to get into this sprinting. Maybe I'll up here on vacation, I'll do a little accelerated speed running. I want to be sure not to injure. But yeah, the resting metabolic rate, they say I burn about 2,100 calories a day. So they said you want to eat at least 2,100 calories. Now, I'm not a calorie in, calorie out guy. I'm a ketogenic guy. So it doesn't quite correlate. I don't think I'm eating 2,000 calories a day, but I'm eating, very nutrient dense meat and fat and some fermented dairy. So, yeah, I've just never counted the calories. I just eat till I'm comfortably stuffed. It seems to work. I'm not losing weight. I'm not gaining weight. I'm right at about 210, which was my high school weight. So I can't complain about that. And I think the VO2 max was above average. I did the intermediate level, which was 5 mile an hour jog, which, is like a 12-minute mile. So it's not like super fast, but it's a jog. You're clumping along. And I ran for 9 minutes, and then that was the point where, I kind of had to talk myself into keep going. And that's kind of as I was going, I thought, well, I'll go for 10, because the test was 12 minutes. They don't like you to go farther than 12 minutes. And, it's like, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm talking myself into it. I got to 9 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm forcing it. If I go to 10, I could go to 10, but I'm kind of forcing it. And, the whole score depends on your recovery rate as well. So I thought, well, I don't want to kill myself to the point where my recovery is elongated more than the scope of the test. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's just my intuition talking to myself as I'm going. So I hopped off the treadmill at 9 minutes, 10 seconds or something like that. And my recovery, I went down 20 beats in 1 minute. In 2 minutes, I went down 40 beats, heartbeats per minute. And, elite would be 40 and 60. So at 20 and 40, I was happy with that for not being a runner. And so that worked out really well. I think I'll probably do I bought a package so that I could, I knew I'd want to do a follow-up. Lisa's like, we don't need to do this again. I'm like, I'm the biohack. And I'll probably do the DEXA scan, metabolic, resting metabolic rate, and the VO2 max again close to a year from now. So now that I know what they're really measuring, I'll kind of tailor my exercise toward that. Maybe institute the sprinting and see how that does. It's been a good experience at DEXA scan. The intermediate was 5 miles an hour, but every 2 minutes it raises the incline. And the elite is every minute it raises the incline, and it raises the speed. So you go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 miles an hour at the minute, so that would wear you out quick. It'd wear me out quick. But at any rate, very good experience. I recommend it. If you buy the package, it's about $100 a test, or less actually. What was it? Okay, I paid $95 for a special, and then I paid for Lisa's special. She wasn't able to go because we had a grandchild, and then I ended up paying like $300 more. So it's like $500 and change for 8 tests if you buy the package. So, it's less than $100 per test. So that's reasonable, for getting good data on yourself. The things I want to watch in a year, my visceral fat was at 0.58 pounds. And I have a feeling my visceral fat is on the decline, because I was kind of pre-diabetic when I started this ketogenic thing. And, I had some of the telltale signs. Guys, like low testosterone, ED, ladies, you're, different sex hormone things. That's insulin resistance. That's insulin resistance. It's not, I need the blue pill. It's insulin resistance. That's pre-diabetes. 80% of our country is probably pre-diabetic, and they're just thinking they need a blue pill. It's one of the earliest signs. Blood circulation is one of the earliest signs of insulin resistance. And so that is all reversed for me. My testosterone numbers are sitting around 900. They were in the 300s before. My body fat's down at 16. So I want to get my body fat to 13. They thought that would be optimal. And my visceral fat, I'd like to see under a half pound, and as close to zero as I can get it. So continuing this lifestyle and see if that visceral fat is going down. My calcium score recently was on the increase, and I've heard that is a thing. Is that stabilizing soft plaque, and I'm actually in a better position with a higher calcium than a lower calcium. I'm still under 100. I'm like 58. So I'm in the low risk category, and I'm 43 years old biologically. So those are the things I'm going to track. My VO2 max, I don't think I'll get to the elite level where I'm going to do the elite test. We'll have to see how much sprinting I do, how much running I do. Because you need, running on the treadmill if you don't run on a treadmill a lot, I mean, there's some coordination involved in running on a treadmill. Yeah, I can tell as I was getting more tired, you know, they caution you, they don't fall off the back, you know, and they must have people like fall off the thing. And so if you were really pushing yourself and you weren't accustomed to a treadmill, and I don't have a treadmill, that I could see the elite one being, you know, you got to really concentrate on staying on the thing. But I'll probably do the intermediate one, and I'll probably just get closer to the 12 minutes total. And then, you know, see what my recovery is. So things I'm going to do on my isometrics, sometimes I'm fairly relaxed in my exercising, you know. I'm listening to a podcast or something, and I've got breaks in between the different exercises, and scrunching that time up into a more intense workout is what I'm thinking of doing, and just hammering one exercise to the next, you know, and then maybe doing 2 sets through that routine, and I could see myself being pretty winded if I really did it that way, and that would probably help my VO2 max to be better, and probably help my recovery as I do that more intense exercise. So I got the sun coming up into my eyes here, so it's a good time to quit. I'm starting to ramble. But I had a great interview with Dave Mack on zero carb or no carb life. He's great guy, very soft spoken, and kind of lets the interviewee talk and ask just the right questions at just the right time. Great experience, and I'll have to, you know, maybe, you know, my story reached out to a few people, you know, a couple nuggets that they can pull from it, you know, and that's the beauty of what Dave's doing, is just getting ordinary people on there telling their story, and it's going to resonate with different people, you know. So if you've ever thought of doing a ketogenic diet, go on to Dave's site and to his channel, and just listen through. Find somebody that looks like you, you know. Find a guy, find a gal that looks like your kind of story, and you'll find something that you relate with, and that's a good thing. He's doing a really good thing. So, Game of Trees and the Ageless Arborist, and we're having fun up here in Door County. It's beautiful. I'll roll down the window and give you a partying view of the harbor. The leaves are changing. Game of Trees, we're having fun.